Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have an interesting macrame wall hanging pattern to share with you. In this video, I used some basic and simple knots like lark's head knot, double half hitched, square knot and alternating half hitch. So don't worry if you are a beginner, you can still make it easily. To make this project, I used a total of 157 meters of twisted cotton rope and 6.5 meters of single rope. Let's get started. First step, you use one cord 4 meters long, fold in half and then you attach it to the dowel rod by tying to lark's head knots. While tying the rope, you have to pay attention to adjust so that the two ends of the rope are equal. Next, you use 9 cords to 0.4 meters long to attach to the hanging rope. You also fold them in half and then attach them by tying the lark's head knots. After you're done, you should adjust it a little so that the ropes are evenly spaced. Next, you will tie a row of the double half hitch. Firstly, you will start with the left side. Take the outermost rope as the holding rope and tie the double half hitch knots from the outside to the center. When you tie the double half hitch from left to right, the ropes will be tied counterclockwise direction. And now you start to do the same with the right side. Please note when you tie the double half hitch from right to left, the ropes will be tied clockwise direction. At the intersection of these two pieces, you only tie half the double half hitch knot to connect them together. And next, you will work on the back of the macrame. You also tie a row of the double half hitch knots like you did before. You will then rotate it to the front and continue working on the front of the macrame. You also tie the double half hitch knots to make one more row like the first row you did. Next, you tie a row of square knots parallel to the row above but away from it about 1 to 1.5 centimeter. At here, you will add 10 single ropes 20 centimeters long to the space between the two rows, the double half hitch and square knot rows. You use a comb to brush them straight and smooth. Trim them to make them look even. Next step, you use two cords 4 meters long, fold them in half, then you attach them to the two sides of the dowel rod by tying the lark's head knot. Tie the alternating half hitch knots. You will tie this knot until you have a piece about 28 to 30 centimeters long, and then you repeat the process with the other side. Next, you connect the two pieces together by tying the square knot button. Next step, you use 6 cords 4.8 meters long, fold them in half, and then you also attach them to the 2 sides of the dowel rod by tying lark's head knots. Use the double half hitch to create the diamonds pattern for the fringe layer. Firstly, you just only tie a half of the double half hitch, then you tie the double half hitch knots with the 2 sides. Take the cords from the other side and tie them to this side. This way is just a decoration. If you don't like, you can skip and tie as usual. You keep tying the double half hitch until you reach a piece have 10 diamonds. Repeat the process with the other side. Connect these pieces by tying the double half hitch knots to create the bigger diamond, but you first tie 1 square knots to fix them so that can be helped you tie the next knots easily. Next, you tie the double half hitch knots to create the bigger diamond. Tie 1 square knot at the center of the diamond. Then keep tying the other half of the diamond. Next step, you use 8 cords 5.5 meters long. You also fold them in half and attach to the two sides of the dowel rod by tying the lark's head knots. You continue to use the double half hitch to create pattern for this fringe layer. You make one triangle and a total of 11 diamonds. Then you repeat the same process with the other side. Next, you also connect the two pieces together. The way is similar the diamond above. Next, you use 2 or 3 cords about 80 centimeters long to add to each space of the outermost fringe layer. Fold them in half and then you attach them by tying the lark's head knots. At here, I use a total 64 cords. The last step, you use 22 single cords 20 centimeters long to attach the diamonds of the outermost fringe layer. When you're done, you will have a stunning macrame like this. And I'm sure it will bring your home with its wild beauty, bohemian and peaceful vibes. The width of this macrame is 56 centimeters long and its length is 80 centimeters long. If you enjoy my video, a quick like, comment and subscribe really does help me out. I really appreciate that. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week.